In this video, we will be determining the cube roots of several numbers. A cube number is the product of a number multiplied by itself 3 times. To be cubed also means to be raised to the exponent 3. A cube root is the number that produces a given number when cubed. So 2 times 2 times 2, which is 2 cubed, is 8. The symbol for cube root is this radical sign. In the example above, the cube root of 8 returns the number that multiplies by itself 3 times to produce 8. Therefore, the cube root of 8 equals 2. Now we discuss the language of roots and radicals. We broadly refer to square roots, cube roots, and other roots as radicals. In the example below, the terms we use when discussing the cube root of 8 would be as follows. The 3 is the index. The 8 is the radicand. Altogether, it's considered a radical. For a square root, the index is implied and often not written. But the index for a square root is a 2. Cube roots can be interpreted visually as any dimension of a cube. For example, consider a cube with a volume of 216 cubic centimeters. You need to think to yourself, what number times itself 3 times would give you 216? That number would be 6. So 6 times 6 times 6. So any dimension for the cube would be 6 centimeters. That means that the cube root of 216 is that dimension 6. For example B, consider a cube with a volume of 27 cubic meters. You need to think, what number times itself 3 times would give you 27? This one's a little easier. It's 3. So any dimension for your cube would be 3 meters. Therefore, the cube root of 27 can be interpreted as the dimension of that cube, which is 3. There are algebraic strategies to determine the cube root of a number. The first method involves 3 equal factors. We need to determine if the number can be written as a product of 3 equal factors. For example, 125 can be written as 5 times 5 times 5, 3 equal factors. So the cube root of 125 can be written as the cube root of 5 times 5 times 5, which is the cube root of 5 cubed, which is 5. It's as if the exponent for the power undoes the index 3. 1331 can be written as 11 times 11 times 11. So the cube root of 1331 can be written as the cube root of 11 times 11 times 11, or the cube root of 11 cubed, which is 11. Once again, the exponent for the power inside seems to undo the index. In general, the cube root of a cubed, which is the cube root of a times a times a, is a. When a number can be written as the product of 3 equal factors, it is a perfect cube. The cube root of a number n, written as the cube root n, is a number whose cube is n. The second method involves prime factorization. Can the number be factored as 3 equivalent prime factor groups? Let's look at an example. 216 can be written as 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 3. That's 3 2's and 3 3's. So we have one group of 2 times 3, a second group of 2 times 3, and a third group of 2 times 3. So 216 can be written as the product of 3 identical groups of 2 times 3. So the cube root of 216, which is the cube root of these 3 identical groups of 2 times 3, is a single group of 2 times 3, which is 6. So the cube root of 216 is 6. Please proceed to the next activity in this lesson, and thank you for viewing.